What's up, guys? Welcome to a new crypto updates. Finally in my new office, in my new home in Dubai. I'm looking forward to go all over the market, crypto, stocks, Forex, half an hour overview of what is important right now. This is not gonna be an in-depth Bitcoin crypto focus. It's just gonna be going all over the market, all the important things that I see right now, upcoming trades that we can take, and important updates in general. We got big news. I just passed the funded challenge over here with True Forex funds. Phase 2 is done. Finally came back a little bit more to Forex in the last 2 months and started to trade more Forex again because the markets were just so boring. I mean, it came back a little bit, but in the last 2, 3, 4 months, since I haven't been traveling that much as normally, I had like really good time to invest into the markets and make some good moves. So that is number one. Then very important, obviously, this is my opinion. This is no market advice. I'm not an expert. I've been trading for the past 7 years, educating myself, leading the largest trading community in Europe, the TPR, where we teach and educate people about the markets. And the principle-based system that we use for trading in any market is a so-called SK system, Stefan Kassing system, my trading mentor, our trading mentor. And we're going to go into the markets right now. So we are in the Bitcoin chart right now. Bitcoin, obviously, since our last update and trade ideas that we give in our value channel that you find posted below into the description, we have seen a big up push, which we predicted, and it perfectly did what we wanted it to do. So this is Bitcoin right now. As you can see over here, the blue sequence is the one that has been established since a long time, since basically starting off 2022 or end of 2022, starting of 2023, which we have been building up over here. We took some very good trades over here in the BC correction level, which is from BC, the re-entries, and you have been seeing these trades over here, and you will also find them again in the crypto, not in the crypto, but in the value channel, where I also post trade ideas and what I'm doing in the market. Not all of them, not Forex, but most of them, more like kind of the investment things. So I have enough time to catch up with them and update you guys on it. So we have been seeing this push up. We overextended because in the SK system, when we hit C target, that's where we want the sequence to go and the price to go, which it did, and it overextended. Overextension happens because of strong stability phases that we had over here in the BC. So BC is price in between B and C. So this construct over here is a very stable one. We have been coming back, going up, coming back, building a lot of stability over here. So if we zoom in a little bit, you will see this particular part here, okay, the one that I'm lining up right now, where you can see a lot of stability being built up, which then leads to a lot of pressure of buying power, which then leads to overextension, which we saw over here. So what we expected perfectly. So what we expected was perfectly executed by the markets, and we took a beautiful trade over here. Now, with the overextension, the logical re-entry would be the whole correction level, which is start from the sequence. So we have 0 until highest point, and then we have the 50% and the 66.7%, which redefines our re-entry zone, which is this one over here, which is at around $30,000 per Bitcoin. Okay, now if we're gonna see this, that is very difficult to say. Market has been holding itself a lot, and price has been staying in this zone over here, building a new sequence, which it may be continue, and then also the EMA 200, which is this black line over here, is catching up a lot, which could lead in we continuing this sequence over here. Since price is very high, we are overextending. So you see it build up a beautiful sequence over here. Try to sell it, very risky sell over here, which you will also find in the value channel that I took this trade. Was very risky. We hit stop loss, and it started and continued to build up this bullish structure, where we see the whole correction over here right now. So you could, if you want to, and that's what I am going to do, is going to rebuy over here. So that would be in re-entry buy over here, because I don't truly believe based on, this is technical analysis, right? So technical analysis would be beautiful, and also for price in general, for price stability in the future, would be very nice if Bitcoin comes back to the 30K, makes this correction, which would be a correction of 50%, right? Or like in that sense on price in general, on 32% from where it's right now. Now, if we see that, we don't know, because we have the fundamentals also kicking in, basically focusing and knowing that we are not far away of the ETF, right? So it's about 26 days to go from now on for the ETF launch, which is predicted, right? And I can just give you guys one very interesting idea, and you can check that out. That's someone that I've been following and listening to when it comes to the ETFs and everything. Is if you go onto my profile on Twitter, which is the Pharaoh Miguel, you will see that I reposted these tweets here from Fred Krueger, and he's a very smart guy in when it comes to Bitcoin, when it comes to the ETFs and updates. So I've been listening a lot to him. So the fundamentals could tell us the price can just continue from now on. So for everyone that is considering getting into Bitcoin, still waiting for better prices, I share Fred's view on just getting in, just buying. It doesn't really matter anymore by now with where Bitcoin is going. High probability of somewhere between 500,000 and 1 million per Bitcoin on the ETF after so much money comes in. Our technical analysis still, since the last update, is $115,000, so 115K per Bitcoin is where the sequence is going to be finished over here, and that's our target. It's going to stay our target, and the high probability of this target being finished is very, very high, right? So right now, beautifully, would be a correction of 30% back to 30,000. Probably we will only see a correction back to 39,000, which would be this one. So my strategy would be, number one, entering a trade over here, continuing to buy in any ways, not waiting for big pushes, because we could just go and continue. Now, with December being a month in general where volume is way lower, we could see price having difficulties to go higher and coming back over here and just building up a consolidation zone and then pushing higher. Or what would be nice is seeing some pressure and price coming here. So I would trade, number one, a more risky trade over here. Okay, so this one would be number one, trading a trade over here, opening a trade. And then secondary would be definitely over here a normal trade, right? So this one would be less risk, this one would be a normal trade, and that's my game plan for Bitcoin right now. When it comes to trading, when it comes to investing, as I just said, just buy, right? I share Fred's view, just buy, just go all in. You're not gonna miss a lot if you go 30% lower in right now if you wait for it, because if you wait, you may lose it, okay? So all of my most important positions were bought up over the last nearly 2 years now, since we hit this very low that I showed you a couple of minutes ago in the beginning. So somewhere over here I started heavily to buy Bitcoin. So on this period here, on this whole sequence, all the time buying, right? So that's about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still dominating and leading the market, and check out Fred Krueger on Twitter. He is a G. Now on Ethereum, we are still currently trading Ethereum. We are still in this trade, which I also posted into the value channel. It's currently 2.76K up, and we have a Ripple buy position that we're going to talk about in a second. Okay, so for Ethereum, basically same thing. Ethereum still has higher levels to finish. Okay, so at around 2.936 per Ethereum is going to be our next C target. Ethereum is doing the same thing that I was talking about with Bitcoin. It is obviously still in the primary, or in the first sequence, which is basically this one over here. Okay, this one over here is our primarily the first or most important sequence that is currently activated and running. In this, we have a smaller one, a secondary sequence, which is this one, which we are nearly finishing. And in that, we have a new sequence that Ethereum built it up, which is the smaller one over here, which I really want to see activated. So this one over here, and then finishing finally these levels, and then very most likely also finishing our primarily sequence, which is this one over here, okay, with our C target. And that's basically the game plan for Ethereum. Now, what I was saying with Bitcoin, which we are seeing, is it's building up the sequence in a BC, so in the primarily and secondary sequence, which tells us, and that's the one that I would trade. So for example, I'm still in a trade, but if I would look for re-entries right now, then it would be something over here. Okay, so for the entry, it would be this sequence Obviously a little bit more risky also just in general right now. So entering somewhere over here, stop loss always in between 786, which would be a 7% stop loss, and then at least activation, which would be 11%, or obviously target of the sequence, which would be 34%. So that's something that I would do. And obviously we are seeing positive reactions. EMA 200, which is the exponential moving average, building support and resistance, is also coming up and looks very well. Right now still we have this whole correction level, or basically BC level, which would be for Ethereum 1.9. So if Bitcoin drops to number 2, scenario number 2 that we said, then Ethereum is going to do probably the same thing, obviously. And then we have re-entries over here. So right now, same thing with Ethereum. Number 1, more riskier to enter in scenario number 1, entering in these levels, if not waiting for these ones and then going in and confirming. And that's also same thing with Bitcoin, is just buy. You know, there's no... These couple of percentages won't make that big difference if Ethereum goes to 10K or 9K or whatsoever. Now, our our technical analysis shows us that Ethereum has place for 8.7K. So that's our target in between 8.7 and 10,000. I see 10,000 as a very good number because it's just like a key level. And that is what is happening with Ethereum, right? So we move over to Ripple. We are following the order of my favorite investments and most important ones. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Now we go to Ripple. To Ripple. Now in Ripple, I am in a buy position, as you can see over here. So I'm just executing what I've been saying on Ripple and Bitcoin. We have a way lower price with a missing out push that we saw on Bitcoin. Ethereum is following because obviously Bitcoin is dominant. But over here, we have this position running, which you can also see on Bybit, and I also have it on my Forex account, but this one is currently open. Ripple has a lot still to catch up compared to the other prices, but that's completely normal. In other markets, it's completely normal because Bitcoin is dominant still, right? We're not in the bull run. We have seen some good moves in the last couple of months. October, November, and December with good volume. Now, obviously, now it's getting a little bit slower. We are seeing a big stability phase building up in Ripple, which is this one here, which is very nice because this stability can lead to overextension, and overextension is what we want to have. So price really can push, because that's the C target of this sequence that we are building up, but we want to see it going to 1.5. So we need a lot of stability for price to hit that. We need to build up a lot of buying power, right? A lot of liquidity, buying liquidity, and then Ripple's next target would be 1.4, and then in general technical analysis target would be 3.05 for XRP in the bull run, which probably gonna go higher. That's the technical says 3 on Ripple, says 7.8 on Ethereum, and says 115 on Bitcoin. That's technical, but fundamentally we have way more. We can go way higher, and we will see higher prices. I'm very sure about that, right? And again, that is my opinion, and I mean not only my opinion of a lot of very, very good traders and investors that have been in the markets for some time, but I see it the same way. Okay. Now, so far, that is about the most important crypto coins. In that sense, we still have Solana to go over. Solana, obviously, also something that we made a lot of money on. Solana is keep pushing up. Same thing here. You see the whole correction level would be the re-entry, would be $40 per Solana would be our re-entry price that we want to look into. As you guys know, we took this beautiful trade over here with over 100% and then 10x leverage, so 1000%. Took a trade over here that went beautifully, bought a lot of Solana in that buying zone, but for that you can also check out the Solana video, the previous one we did. And Solana is doing what it needs to do. I mean, we are very, very low in Solana in general. Next target for Solana on a technical base is $423, which most people don't think it's going to happen. I mean, if the technicals already say 400, then wait until the fundamental kick in and the volume in the market in general. And this Bitcoin run, next upcoming run is going to be, or bull run is going to be a little bit more interesting. Why? Because we have a lot of opportunity of new money coming into the market, not old money being switched, because in the past it was old money being switched, moved into different coins, moved on and off of exchanges and whatsoever. But now we are seeing, or we have a very high probability of a lot of money coming in. So on Solana, same thing as I just explained on all the other coins. It's basically just a replica of the footprint of price in all the other cryptocurrency markets. Now, I made a little mistake as I just saw over here. So $45 would be the next re-entry to buy Solana. Now, Do you want to wait for it to correct 40%? Maybe on altcoins, yes. On Bitcoin, I wouldn't do it. On Ethereum, I wouldn't do it. On Ripple, right now, there's a good entry zone. You can obviously do it if you don't have any positions, then go in now, because again, we are sitting at $80, which is a lot if you compare it to recent price. But if you compare it to where it's going, the $440, then it's a 4x, 4.3x, right? And missing a 4.3x because you are waiting for price to correct 30%. Not a good deal, right? And that's what most people miss, is like they wait. In my opinion, it's not too late to buy crypto right now, obviously not, but you should have been buying crypto the last 2 years in this phases, in the phase where we were in this consolidation zone over here. So in the last, starting from December 2022, so end of 2022, the whole year of 2023, where we have just been seeing price in the consolidation zone up until mid this year was the best prices to buy, and that's what I did, and that's what you should have been doing. But most likely you have been very emotional. You've been very emotional about crypto, which is completely normal, and that's why it's so important to learn the trading system and understanding. Since we bought our positions, we are 281% in profit with Solana, right? Where's my phone so I can show you guys? So I can just go into my Coinbase account. I mean, again, I will link below the video that we did about Solana. We got some very good feedback. So this position that we started to build up is currently at 13,013K. So 13,000, excuse me, on Solana. So we are currently holding 174 Solanas, okay? Now, on the trading account, so I'm on phase 1 on another challenge for the funded trader, which is currently these trades. Okay, we're gonna talk about them in a second. As you can see, also Ripple, as I said. So I'm in the Ripple buy position, and we're gonna talk about these markets right now. So game plan for crypto: buy now. On Solana, you can wait a little bit if you want to. If you don't have any positions so far, then obviously it depends. So if you already have exposure in crypto, then maybe you can sit back a little bit and hope for the price to go lower and buy, right? Like 30-40%. But if you're not exposed or too little exposed into crypto, then you need to buy right now. Okay, my opinion. I'm not, again, an investment advisor, but check Fred Krueger out again. He will tell a lot about it. I also reposted it all if you want to find the most important videos about him on my profile. Okay, episode 7, like he's pushing with Mark Jeffrey on Bitcoin fees, blah blah. So he has really good updates. Just check them out. I also need to check out the other ones. I only checked out 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice, even CZ follows him. But yeah, and then obviously also with Binance and everything that's going on in the crypto space, a little bit difficult, but no problem. We know what is going to happen, and not being exposed in the crypto market right now would be just stupid. Nice. Total market cap. This one is the total crypto market cap, reflects the whole liquidity. We are currently sitting at 1.6 trillion US dollars. We still could see a little push for the sequence to finish, about 14% more market volume. So we would be sitting at 1.8 then. And from there on, okay, so we probably going to see Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Solana push a little bit higher. Ethereum hopefully finishing one of the sequences, right? And then from there on, it would be nice to see a whole correction, which would go back to 1.27 trillion dollars. And from there on, so this is probably going to be the December phase. So this red arrow is going to mark December. This is going to be December phase. So hopefully, as I said, something like this. Okay, so we're going to see a little push from here on. Then we're going to have this December phase, end of December, beginning of Jan, until it's going to be interesting again in volume and holidays and everything's over. And then hopefully seeing the market doing what it needs to do, and that is going to 5.6 trillion, which would be a 4x of volume coming in the next couple of months. Then we have the Bitcoin ETF, obviously, and then we have the halving. So then obviously price can be pushed to levels that you cannot even imagine, and I cannot even imagine, because then there's no logic behind it anymore on the technical standpoint, but on the fundamentals are news, what is happening, the ETF stuff. Okay, but again, check Fred for the ETF stuff. He's insane. Okay, now that is about crypto. Let's quickly go over gold and silver. Gold, we have been getting some very good trades out of gold. The last 2 trades that I did were insanely good. So we traded gold over here with 1.93%, so 382 pips on gold, using the same system as on the crypto market, the SK system. And then obviously have been trading this trade over here, which I had like a very big take profit. I mean, I closed the position to pass the funded challenge. For that, you need to close them. So I took 500 pips. At around 500 pips, I closed the position 460 pips. So right now, gold is very interesting, and when it comes back to a re-entry, would be beautiful to re-enter. Now the re-entry that I want to take would be the 50% correction of this one. So gold re-entry for trades, what I am gonna do is re-enter at the price of 2011. Okay, I'm also definitely gonna set an alarm, so I'm reminded once price moves. Okay, just gonna move this one. Okay, so I love to work with the price alerts so I don't miss the trades. Okay, perfect. So yeah, gold is pushing all new all-time high. It's going very well. Okay, add alerts. Let me set up an alert over here. Perfect. And and this one would be our re-entry on gold. Perfect. Silver, I haven't been touching silver that much. Gold was going so good that I didn't went into exposure on that. But basically we have the same thing happening here. We are here in the buying zone. We are seeing this beautiful sequence building up itself. So now you can see how these sequences are at the end of the day working and how you build them up. So obviously we just don't take every move, but in terms of price action, everything that's happening over here in silver, this is the way to go. So we have this big primary sequence with targets over here. Now at the same time we have a bearish level, which we are also in a key selling level, which you see price reacting a couple of times in bearish, selling off. Here it's breaking a little bit the older highs. So I am really looking this smaller sequence gonna be the bullish sequence. It's gonna take it out from the zone and really the bulls winning over the bears, right? So price going higher. So our re-entry for silver would have been this one over here, which we broke. Okay, so if BC breaks, then price can go to the whole correction level for once, which it did over here. Okay, so this would have been our entry, and from there on, if you want to take re-entries, if price comes back to 23299, then this would be a re-entry. And trades execution would be whole correction level, tool for long position, re-entering on the 50%, take profit on nearly C target, and then stop loss in between 0.786 and 822% correction, which would represent in percent a 6.95% stop loss and a 14%. So we are trading on a 2.09 CRV, or no, that's in German, sorry, risk reward, RR. So risk reward, okay? CRV is in Germany, or in German. So yeah, that would be the game plan for silver, but we're gonna stay out. Now, when it comes to stocks, the most important ones, we're gonna jump over them right now. This one is Anchor. Anchor is coming back to our buying zone at 7.6. Okay, so re-entry over here if you trade stocks. I mean, I've been opening a couple of positions too on stocks, not only my stock portfolios, but on CFD trading, so trading stocks actually. Also more like swing kind of type. I will show you guys right now the positions that I've been holding. I've been testing and starting to trade stocks a little bit. I've never been big in that, but I loaded it up with 1,000 euros, currently sitting at 1.4. And we have been trading Immersion, Raven, Tesla, and Xpeng. Xpeng was a position that I just posted a couple of days ago into the chat, into the value channel as a trade idea. So Apple, very high, not interesting right now. We are not interested in right now. Adobe, same thing. We're looking for a re-entry at 455. AMD, beautiful trade. Entered over here. Since then we had 50% going up. Right now price is too high. ATV, same thing. Beautiful entry over here. So the turquoise line is my investment position when I bought, 20% up. Coinbase, one of the sickest stock trades that I've posted also into the value channel. And for iGenius, since I'm also an educator on trade ideas for stocks or investment ideas for stocks, for iGenius, the largest trading company in the world when it comes to educating people on sales-based structure, on a network marketing structure, okay? So yeah, this one is currently up since we bought 134%. The blue line represents when I bought, and we buy in the buying zones, not just randomly. That's what most people do wrong. Google, way too high. GROI is Gold Royal Corp, very low, something you can go into if you don't have gold already. HTC is in a buying zone over here. Left the buying zone already a little bit. The blue line represents when I bought. So we are currently not doing and seeing anything. Immersion Corporation is in a buying zone, is reacting positively out of the buying zone. That's a trade that I just showed you that is currently running in profit. We have high targets for it. InvestView is also still in the buying zone. Then we have Lucid Group. Lucid Group is coming into a buying zone, which you can actually see over here. I got an alarm just waiting to trade it. So Lucid can be bought at 4.48. Then we have Li Auto. These are all electronical manufacturers for cars. Also coming back into a buying zone at 30. MBD, too high. Meta, too high. Microsoft, too high. Metaport would be a buying zone at 2, 3, 4. Envision is also currently still too high. Rebuy zone would be, let me correct that. I'm going over a little bit fast over the stock market. Again, if you want trade ideas and updates, I post them all into my channel. Perfect. Then we have NEO going up. We could look for re-entry somewhere over here. Now, if you watch this for the first time and you're like, why is he just like randomly putting these quadrants in? These are not randomly. And if you think just because the market goes up, you could put a quadrant in, has nothing to do with that. There's a lot behind that I cannot teach. That's expertise and price action. Something that you obviously learn once you understand the markets. But don't think it's so easy to just put some quadrants in and use the Fibonacci tool. It's not that. If you think it's easy, it's not. It is, obviously you can learn it, but it's nothing that is easy. Nvidia, I mean, that's the sickest trade I think I took in my life, besides the Solana one, which was insane, and buying Bitcoin at $3,800 when it dropped on COVID, which we also talked about in all the other updates. Currently up 223%, no re-entry right now. Oracle, too high. PayPal could be a re-entry somewhere over here at 5.7. Then we have Qualcomm. Qualcomm is also too high, just pushing. We have Roblox, also too high. We have Riven, another trade that I took that I just showed you. So here you see how we react out of this entry zone over here. Blue one is when we entered with the trade and with the investment position. We have Rumble. Rumble dropped a lot, but still I think it's a platform of the future, so you can invest into it. Sony, also too high since we bought. Blue line, currently up 15%. We have Tencent holdings. So these are mainly all VR and technical companies that I'm investing into. So also in a buying zone. Tesla was here in a buying zone, currently up since we bought 28%. Beautiful thing. Currently no re-entry. Waiting. We have Unity Software also reacting out of the whole correction level. Currently up 39% since we bought. And then we have Xpeng. So this is a trade that you could take right now if you want to. Now again, I'm not an investment advisor. This is what I did. I opened this position. Stop loss would be 9.62. 4.129 is the take profit. I'm using trading 212. Yeah, trading 212 is what I use to buy stocks and invest into it. Okay, so that's about the stock market. We can go over the Forex market in also giving you an update if you are a Forex trader, and then we got all the most important markets done. Okay, so let's go over the Forex market. AUD CAD is in a bullish move. Re-entry would be over here 0.88169. Okay, so we need price to come lower again. Can we sell out of somewhere over here? Not really. So we are looking for a re-entry buy once price comes back Yeah, once price comes back to this place. Okay, then we have AUD Swiss franc re-enter. Okay, I will re-enter over here. That's why I have the alarm on. Then we have AUD JPY. Took this trade, closed it because I passed the funded challenge, entered over here and went crazy, went wild. AUD NZD, sold it, still kind of, my expectation is still like I'm waiting, I'm seeing what is happening, but AUD NZD, this was my trade. I closed it, again, because I passed the funded challenge, but this one is more like on the observation list. I don't know if I would enter it right now. I would see how it reacts because we have a lot of bullish and bearish price going on. So let's see. AUD USD is doing what it needs to do. It's going high. Since USD is losing a lot of its value in the last couple of weeks and month. So re-entry, if it comes back, which it's gonna do, would be somewhere over here. Perfect. So CAD, Swiss franc, nothing. It is just like nothing interesting. We focus on bullish, but it's not a beautiful market. It's not nice. I would like to see it building up a little bit more market structure, more like a dominant highs, so we can be sure and assured that price is going to go high, but there's nothing interesting here. We have CAT JPY, which I sold, a little bit risky. Talked about it yesterday with my mentor Stefan in the Shisha Bar. He believes that these are going to be demand pushes. So as you can see, many times when JPY pairs came down, they had these demand zones, strong demand zones. I still sold it, had a little bit of profit, again went out. My system and the SK system tells me to sell on the fundamental, and on a technical base, sell on the fundamental, and price action a little bit risky, so we are staying out from that. Swiss franc JPY, something we just talked about. Euro USD is going as a sell-off, nothing very interesting here. Euro CAD, I bought it. Stefan also said not a good buy because we have bearish levels, so I'm staying out of Euro CAD for now too. Euro Swiss franc, not interested in, nothing really happening over there. Euro GBP is pulling high. We could look for a re-entry on this sequence over here, but also currently nothing very interesting. Observe, since we have a bullish and a bearish confirmation, so we're observing. EJ, same thing when it comes up. All the JPY pairs, I'm going to show you another example so you understand what I mean. I think in Euro JPY you can see it very well. Let me go back. So here you can see what I'm talking about. Every time price corrects, you have these big demand zones, bam, bam, bam. You see this one, these are demand zones, strong ones. So when price comes down as here, most likely it will just push up. So it is a little bit risky. I would wait for another confirmation. So if price one more time drops from now below this old low, okay, so for example does this, okay, we have a significant low, okay, not something like this or like this, really a significant low. From there on, we could take the whole correction level. From there on, we could take the whole correction level and re-enter. Okay, that would be the main idea. So then price comes back over here. We re-enter and sell it off. And then we have a confirmed bearish move, right? So this one would be a little bit smarter, a little bit more on the safe side, okay? So Euro NZD is also running into a buying zone again, as you can see here. I actually shorted it once, got stopped out since then. I know, difficult market, not very beautiful. We have Euro USD, wonderful trade that we took with, I think, over 200 pips or something that we did on this one. So Euro US dollar is still bullish, looking for buy entries. So our next buy entry would be this smaller sequence over here, okay? Then we have GBP AUD. GBP AUD, yeah, it's doing what it needs to do. It's sold off completely. So that means we have a new confirmed low, okay, this one. And then what we are looking for to happen is price finally going into the buying zone, and then we're going to start to position and buy, okay? So obviously we don't, I mean, it could go very low into the buying zone, GBP AUD. Okay, as you can see now we have this bullish sequence, bearish sequences leading into the selling area, which is very nice. That's what we want to see. So right now we could take a little bit more riskier approach of getting a re-entry sell. So entering BC. Okay, so if price comes back up, then this would be our game plan to sell over here. Okay, we're gonna open an alarm and see what we can do. Add alert on EMA. Yep. Okay, get it down here. Gonna change the marking into this one. Okay, so we could see a re-entry sell over here, and then what price should do is this, and we can take this trade. Okay, now we are waiting, and then from there on we start to buy it again. So GBP CAT, beautiful trade that we took. I closed it. No, it's still running on my Forex account. I'm gonna show you guys. So this one is more on my phase 1 challenge, another one that I'm doing. As you can see here, GBP CAT, $700 in profit. Also a beautiful trade that I talked about with Stefan yesterday in the Shisha Bar here in Kana Cafe, where we always go. He just recently also moved to Dubai, and perfectly executed trade. Just waiting for it to take profit, being patient. Then we have GBP Swiss franc. Yeah, I mean, nothing, no good markets. Swiss franc is always bad market structure. So we are in a buying zone. It also reacted out of the selling zone over here, the red one, right? So the red one is a selling zone of this move. Observe, nothing interesting over here. GJ, also nothing interesting over here. We're going to continue to observe. GBP NZD is in a buying zone right now, but since I expect a stability phase, I'm not going to enter, and I'm going to wait in entering a smaller phase. So this one is a very big sequence. So what I want to do is enter something like this, okay, and then catch the trade. So I'm going to enter into a secondary sequence. Then we have GBP USD waiting for a re-entry buy. Then we have NZT CAT waiting for a re-entry buy. NZT Swiss franc is a trade that I also closed since I passed the challenge, which went into profit very well. NZT JPY, same thing, beautiful trade over here, entry. And we had a drawdown of 56 pips, and we have so far 214 pips. NZT USD waiting for re-entry buy. So all the USD pairs, basically, we are waiting for re-entries to buy it. But since US dollars still keep losing value, USD CAD, very good that we didn't take the trade. Very risky since very high expectation needs to react now on BC, which it didn't. And from there on, we are just dropping in USD CAD. Because again, USD is very low. Canadian dollar is, we need less Canadian dollar for the US dollar. So what you're seeing is this over here. Nothing interested in it. USD Swiss franc still selling off. We are needing less Swiss franc for US dollar, waiting for it. If we can get a re-entry sell, or I mean, we are already nearly hitting target. And then UJ, another beautiful trade that I took last week. Over here, entered over here. We had a drawdown of 50 pips, and we hit take profit of 588 pips in like 4 or 5 days. Okay, so that's about the Forex market. This is a whole market overview, guys. Hopefully you liked it. Make sure to follow, comment below what your ideas are. Again, the intention of all of this was to give you an overview. Follow the trade ideas groups that I have. Follow the Velo channel, I mean, where I send in trade ideas, values, videos, so you just keep up to date on what I do. And with that being said, guys, happy trading. Wish you guys a happy new year and Christmas, obviously. And January and this year is gonna be lit as hell with crypto, with everything. I'm prepared, I'm ready. My system is perfect. Funded accounts are being pushed through. Investments are being made weekly and daily to put more money into the markets. And with that being said, guys, we see us on another one.